let me talk about children because this did come out here. So there is a situation here where I feel that many of you, um, they're saying making yourself emotionally available for children. Okay, some of you might be very, very wrapped up in career. There might be working overtime, might be working like really, really long hours, really long weeks, really, really long shifts. And I feel that your children, they're craving your presence. They're craving attention, and they're also they love you. They want to, have you around. So even if you don't communicate, like for children, it's really, really important to have adults around for them to feel secure and for them to feel loved and appreciated and all of these things. So if you are in a position where, the workload is piling on and you find yourself working a lot of long nights, having to hire a babysitter and not, finding the time here to be with your kids, I feel like the universe is telling you to slow down. I mentioned the first message about children getting sick. You need to make sure that they are getting proper nutrition. So if you are really pressed for time and you find yourself, doing a lot of TV dinners, doing a lot of like fast food, or even doing a lot of like box dinners, microwavable dinners, things that are very high in sodium and things that don't really have proper nutritional value. And if this is something that you're finding yourself doing on a regular basis, make sure you do meal prep, not only for the children, but also for yourself. Okay. They are growing. They need to have that, vitamin, calorie, they need to have like proper nutritional intake. Okay. And they're very, very susceptible to getting sick. So just keep that in mind. And I feel that not only for the kids, even if you don't have children, I see that you are putting in a lot of overtime and you're feeling like you don't have a moment of peace to really have alone time, to really, do things that are a little bit more luxurious, decompress and unwind and just have a moment of peace and alone time. So I do feel this element coming through and you want to be a little bit careful about that. Okay. What I am also feeling as well is I feel like the kids, they just need a little bit more attention. So parents, if you have children, just make sure you carve the time for them, and especially reading to them at night. I feel like it's a really, really good stress reliever if you can spend the nighttime before the both of you go to sleep to read to your kids. I feel like it's good from their end. It's good for them mentally, academically, but also emotionally. It's also good for you so that you can decompress and unwind from the day's events. Okay. So that's for parents. And even if you have, younger siblings or even, nephew and nieces that you're taking care of, I do feel that element is very, very crucial for you. I do feel here you are at a major, major crossroads in your life right now. First of all, we have here the Three of Wands, and this is a card that indicates waiting for opportunities to come in. This is kind of like us being on top of the hill, looking at all the opportunities, waiting for them, and especially assessing to see which is appropriate. I feel there is an element here about, professionally and work-wise. You feel like your efforts are, you feel like you might not be able to advance with the current company. You feel like there is lack of security emotionally, financially, or even professionally. There is a lack of it in the current work environment, and you're looking further afield or looking, casting a wider net to see if there are other opportunities for you. While you are doing this, I feel like a lot of you are also doing some major, major reassessment. Am I sufficiently, do I have all the skills that I need in order to qualify for that position, for example? And then on top of that, you might have a few options that are coming in. They might not be options that you feel has long-term potential for growth. They might just be jobs that stepping stone types of jobs, and they might not lead to a career. And you're just kind of like, I want a career. I want something that will be a major stepping stone. I want something that will provide, a major resume boost. I want something that is more, that will allow me to accumulate skills and to be in a position further down the line where I can, advance with the organization, advance with the company, because I feel like some of you feel a little bit stuck. Some of you even feel institutional or systemic barriers that are really blocking you in the current work environment. And you feel like it's not fair, you feel like it's too problematic, and you're just like, I'm going to need to look at other options. So this is the month where you are re-examining everything that's laid out on the table. And I honestly feel like some of you have a lot of work experience under your belt, but because you might not have the proper credential, just some of you might not have, gone through the traditional educational channel to get the associate's degree, to get the bachelor's degree, to get the master's degree or the PhD. And you feel like you're being blocked from some of these job opportunities, even though you have, the full skills. Okay. And then I feel for others of you, your friends, your people that are working around you, they're surpassing you professionally. And a lot of them lack the traditional, the work experience, but you find them progressing and you're just like, oh, I don't know if I need to go back to school to get that extra diploma in order to advance my career, because I feel like there's a little bit of a slowdown. And I feel many of you are heavily rethinking school, rethinking education, rethinking, like reassessing, do I need to go back and do it? And whether or not financially it's viable for you right now. But I do feel many of you will be, revisiting school, revisiting higher education, returning to school to finish up that degree or to get that diploma in order to advance ahead in your career. Okay. What I'm also feeling as well, based on this card, we have the Justice card, as well as the Nine of Swords, okay? The Justice card usually indicates some type of a major, I want to say like court issue, some major legal issue, some major, I feel like things that are heavily related to paperwork and legality. That has been very, very problematic and troublesome for you and the people around you. I feel like some of you are in the midst of this and you are dealing with a situation where there might have been some type of medical malpractice, first of all. It created, a series of health issues. It affected your health. It also affected, I feel, some medical malpractice issues. It could even be like an elective surgery that went awry. Okay. And I feel like you're getting some type of a settlement that's coming in, but the settlement, the amount that is settled upon, or the compensation, it feels almost as if you don't want to settle for it because you feel they need to be compensating you a lot more. And then for others of you, this is kind of like having multiple options, multiple routes, multiple strategies that you can take as it relates to some type of a legal issue, court case, and things like that. Some of you might even be dealing with, child custody and things like that. And you feel like the other person, the other parent might be unfit in the role of the mother or in the role of the father, in the maternal or paternal role, and you feel like you're better off, but the children has that emotional attachment to the other parent, and you're not really sure how to, resolve the issue. So for example, you don't get along with your ex, and you feel like your ex does a lot of things that would qualify him or her to be a bad parent. But the children, they love both parents. And with children, they might not know these things. So you're trying to prove this to the court, but you're not able to prove that to the child. So I feel like you're kind of like on the fence about making this big sacrifice, like Should I just co-parent, or should I just like settle for the custody arrangement, even though I know that I don't want the other parent to be in the kid's life? So I feel like some major court issues that has you a little bit stressed out and a little bit strung out. I feel like it's coming back in. There might be some settlement. There might be some de-escalation in the conflict regarding the legal issue, but it still feels like it's not finished. It still feels like it's going to drag on, possibly into the end of the year. There's going to be a major resolution, and there's going to be a major success coming through, possibly by the I feel like this card, the Judgment card, as it relates to like time frame, it usually indicates like the end of a cycle. So usually like the end of the year, which is the December time frame, I feel like there should be a major resolution coming through for you. And with the Hierophant here, I feel like it's saying 5 months time. I'm doing this reading in today is the last day of July. And so 5 months time, that's going to take us into like the January time frame. Okay. So I feel like you have some major resolutions that will be coming through for you in 5 months time. And that's when, you know, December moving into January, I feel like there's going to be very favorable outcome for you, especially those of you who have been dealing with custody or health related issues or some type of a medical malpractice issue. Okay. So I feel that it's going to be resolved, and I feel that it looks really good for now. Okay. The other thing that I do sense as well coming through is, I just feel like you need to get away to really clear your head. Okay. So this is kind of like feeling a little bit, it's like having a lot of demands imposed upon us, working a lot. And I want you to be really careful. I got, you know, a lot of health things. Health things is not just physical health. It's also emotional, mental health. If you feel kind of like, even if you're physically able, I feel that emotionally it's going to be a little bit of a heavy month. A lot of things are happening. And so taking some time off to travel, taking a little bit of a trip to clear your mind, to regain your mental stamina and to regain your mental clarity, I feel it's going to be very important. Okay. And also taking the time to, you know, this is family reunification here. Visit family, spend some time with family, being in a loving, supportive environment. I feel it's going to be very crucial for you as well. So I do feel family communication is going to figure heavily into the picture for this month. And so it's really crucial for you. If you have stressors in your life, relying on family for assistance, I feel it's going to be really good for you, such as childcare, or even such as, you know, whatever that's been really bothering you. I feel that heading, you know, relying on family members, I feel like it's going to be very crucial for you. I'm feeling as well, and you know, obviously this is not going to apply to everybody, but I feel like some of you, there might be some type of surgeries that are scheduled, such as like waiting on a medical diagnosis, lab results, medical prognosis from a surgeon or even from a doctor. And I feel like there might be some surgeries that are happening. I do feel your health is going to be recovered. So this is very good medical procedures, possibly like having some things that you need to get a biopsy on, or even having some things that you need to take out. Okay. So I feel like if you are experiencing health issues, I feel like the prognosis looks really good. And I do feel that it's going to resolve itself. You're going to at least get some answers, and it's going to resolve itself here from now until the December timeframe. Okay. The last thing that I want to end this on here is, I mentioned earlier when it comes to, self-employment and things like that. Okay. I feel that you are more than, you have a lot of skills under your belt. And I also feel as well that you might not feel like you have the adequate mentorship or the adequate, you know, business acumen in order to start things. But they're coming in to really advise you to think about, you know, laying that game plan for yourself. Where am I right now? and where do I need to be? What other opportunities are available for me right now? And if you think of it that way and start, small steps at a time, you are going to have a lot of success. This is overall mental clarity leading to a lot of, I feel like, changes. And I also feel like swift changes that's going to lead to success. Okay. And we also have a major arcana card underneath this, Judgment, which indicates new beginnings. So I do feel, if you have been feeling kind of like, where have I been held back at work? You are going to take a different direction altogether. And I feel you are going to be able to shift gears into, you're going to be able to shift gear into possibly self-employment, or even finding opportunities, or even returning back to school where you can really grow and you can expand and enhance your income generating potential. I'm feeling a lot of people possibly working in the healthcare industry. You're working a lot of hours. I'm seeing a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, a lot of students as well in the medical profession. Just make sure you cannot neglect your health. Okay, so that means in the helping profession, I know that the time, the time constraints, time crunch, and the hectic environment itself. A lot of the times you might forego sleep, forego food in order to help your patients. But you're not going to be of great assistance to anybody if your health is also suffering. So please take care of yourself and just make sure that you be mindful that your body is a catalyst for you to help others. So you need to treat your body well. You need to take care of yourself in order for you to be physically, mentally, emotionally able to help other people. Okay? Take it easy for this month, okay, Leos? I want you to have a good time for your birthday as well. But I feel like you want to take things easy and just don't wear yourself out, okay?